All right.
What am I supposed to say to this? What just freaking happened?
Okay. So, first of all, voice is back to normal. Yay me. Anyway, second, yeah, this episode's kind of a doozy for a finale.
Oh my goodness.
Let's start with the bad, Reva. Like, it wasn't even her that annoyed me. It wasn't even her that annoyed me, actually. It was the... okay, we have Owen, and then who's the aunt?
Owen. Are you talking about the... Oh God, I'm sorry. I can't so much just freaking happen.
Oh, it's just the aunt. I don't remember her name.
Oh, yeah.
The aunt. Owen had the right idea. They're facing against an Inquisitor. What the hell does the aunt was talking about? If anything, they got their asses whooped anyway. I was like, the hell are you talking about? Owen has the best idea. You get out of there, you won't die. And if you didn't have plot armor, you would have certainly died. Which makes me think, oh, maybe it's her fault that they died to the Empire. Maybe she's like, we can take him, get themselves killed.
Apparently that's not the case.
No, I'm saying in A New Hope, that's probably what happened. She's like, no, we can take him, Owen. We survived the last nut job, gets blown up.
Okay, but we all know what happened in New Hope.
I'm just pointing out that it's her fault.
Not wrong.
Anyway, that is my biggest downside regarding... We will get to the whole duel match in a moment. I just want to get rid of the sub part. Which
I want to get rid of that too, honestly.
At the beginning, when she's suddenly in Tatooine, I'm like, wait a minute.
I know! Literally, I was asking, how the hell did she get there and she bandaged herself just fine all of a sudden?
Okay, the bandage is one thing. It's already the same complaint I had last episode. And, by the way, I did like the last episode. It's just voice. Anyway, no. What got my attention was... the bandages was irrelevant, because she survived the stab that she shouldn't have survived. What got my attention was just how the hell did she even got there? Considering that I assume Vader would have blown up her ship. The timing is just wonky at that point, because they're still being chased. How long was this? A literal day of being chased? Like, the timing is so bad. If anything, you should have just had the entire beginning part, then the middle part be dedicated to Reva. But whatever.
Exactly. I know. I did not understand how did she get to Tatooine so fast.
You see, for viewer, if Geek is complaining about something and she's the biggest Star Wars defender, there's a problem. Anyway, so yeah.
Shut up.
So yeah.
Shut up.
So yeah, that was.
This is actually a rare moment to see me here, okay? And you're gonna take it.
No, I'm just pointing out, because that was like the biggest thing that caught my attention. Like, what the hell? Because I told her, I watched the episode first. I told her, like, what the... Like, I told her, it's not like a thing that's bad in the sense of being bad. It's just like, what kind of decision is this? This is wonky. Which it is. But anyway, aside from Reva just suddenly appearing right there, we have her... Owen, we have some Luke interaction, which is pretty cool. And then they alert Owen, which obviously goes to my problem with the ants. It's like, why do you think you're going to defend the place? Like, well, it's not like a Tusken Raider defense. That's one thing, but this is an actual...
Even though that's what she said to Luke.
No, Owen, well, that's what the both of them said it, which doesn't break canon, luckily.
No.
Because, I mean, what else are they going to tell him? Oh, we have a nut job that has a lightsaber that's going to cut us all off. Like, no, that's just...
She's coming after you.
Yeah, so I was fine with the little lie to Luke. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. It keeps canon. Which, by the way, yes, they used the Force on Luke, but he could just assume that he slipped. So... It unironically works. Though, I don't think he saw a lightsaber. I think that would have been a big issue I would have had, but...
Yeah, honestly, that would have been an issue if you would have saw it.
So, you know what? And that was fine. And then up until the point of her seeing herself, look, I hate Reva. I just don't like her character. Even with this little redemption, it is unearned. All the things she did throughout the whole season does not warrant her being redeemed, quote unquote. For the one sake reason. Episode 1, she cuts off a hand off of a lady. Episode 2, she does a bunch of shenanigans there that just doesn't warrant redemption. Hell, even in episode 4, she was gonna torture Leia. Like, where is this? And episode 3 is... Let's not talk about episode 3, because she's not
Hey,
really...
let's not forget she freaking stabbed the Grand Inquisitor, which is like...
To be fair, that's kind of irrelevant, because the Sith kind of just attacked their own. So that's just more of a... That's a moot point.
Still, come on. How can that not be mentioned after what we all knew, that the fact that shouldn't have happened, and yet we all freaked out for a second that...
No, the Inquisitor should have saw that coming. He's stronger than her. Like, he should have saw that coming. And it was an obvious thing, but that's not the point. The point is, episode 5...
But you're making it sound like the Grand Inquisitor... Like you said, the Grand Inquisitor should have known. If that was the case, then...
No, he was gonna kill her off. That was the whole thing. Everyone hated her. And then episode 5 comes in. You have her talking about her backstory... And trying to get you sympathetic, like, oh, this sucks for her. She became this because of this. It's like, it goes back to the same argument of whether a villain deserves any sort of redemption because, you know, they had a bad, tragic upbringing. It's like, yeah, I understand, but the choices you make define you. Yeah, you may have had a bad experience, but that doesn't mean go be a nut job. Anyway, yeah, so apparently she's just was unable to kill Luke, which we will get back to this point when we go over the big meat and potatoes. But before we can go into the main course, we have to go through the appetizer, being the whole Leia and Ben stuff, which I will let you kind of talk it.
It was kind of a sweet moment, though, to be honest. I honestly felt myself crying, like, knowing that, because that Leia was so, like, in, like, she didn't want to see Kenobi go out so fast, but like go away for that, and the whole idea was to stay together. But the whole thing was that even though he only had to take care of one child, and then be with Leia really changed his perspective in a way. But, like, it was just so, like, heartwarming in a way, but, like, it was also heartbreaking just to see like these two, like, with each other. It's honestly, it's such a relationship that I love even more than in New Hope with Luke and Obi-Wan. I hate to say it, but this series, it makes it like a great relationship with each other, especially like later on when he goes see Bill, when he visits Bill and
before we get to that, he obviously goes to the planet, lures Vader, because we knew that he's such a nut job of wanting Kenobi, and which is funny considering that he literally let him go in episode 3. But besides the point, they go and have their big duel. They do reference the lines from Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, I got so excited when he said that.
You see, normally I would find that kind of fan service a bit too on the nose, but in this case I just didn't care. Seeing the two fight is just this. It is basically the best dish served to us. Now, I still think this rematch is stupid and should have never happened, but, and this is a big but, the fight was actually pretty good.
It kind of was. And you really got to see a different side of Kenobi coming out during that fight, though. You see, it's an interesting concept that Kenobi usually is the master of defense. That is his fighting style. Exactly.
And he used aggression this time. So it obviously caught Vader off guard. So for sure it feels like an actual way to overpower Vader. And their dialogue, look, it's a bit cheesy, honestly, but the actors do a phenomenal job at what they do. I really did felt Obi-Wan feeling such amount of guilt. And at that point, realizing that, yeah, his friend is just completely gone.
Oh, and just that head cracking. Now we know how that scar was made. And just the parallel between that face like mask again back to Rebels when Ahsoka was his stuff, and again, Darth Vader, I'm sorry.
You want to know what's
the parallel with that?
Yeah, but what's worse is that Obi-Wan did it, so obviously Ahsoka doing it would probably remind Vader of his loss to Kenobi, so there's also that. Now, had Obi-Wan and Ahsoka teamed up and tried to redeem Vader, maybe a chance, but...
it's a big maybe, if anything.
But that's like under what-if scenarios, but let's not go into that. Look, Obi-Wan having flashbacks to Leia and a few of Luke, I know people are going to complain, oh, he's just caring about Leia. It's like, he does care for Luke, it's just there's not enough scenes to show, because he hasn't seen him that much. So,
exactly.
So people should shut up if they try that. But it just kind of reinforces that Kenobi did use a bit of like what he used against Maul in episode 1, like his emotions. Because in that fight, he was losing badly. It wasn't even a challenge. It's not until Qui-Gon died that his emotions allowed him to even stand a chance against Maul, which is unironically the same thing he did here.
Right.
But the fight itself was pretty amazing. I thought for a moment that was gonna be the end of the fight. A very, a very odd, and it would have, I guess, made sense. Like, I left you, but I was a learner. Now I'm the master kind of line. But then Obi-Wan comes back and just starts wrecking Vader. The interesting thing is just seeing Vader kind of just start going, well, aggressive, despite the suit hurting him when he does stuff like that.
Right, when his life support was failing now.
So,
being hit bald with those rocks.
Yeah, so it was a very, very worthy fight. Do I still wish it never happened? Yeah, because obviously it's more poetic between just episode 3 and episode 4. That episode 3 was the last time they met. Episode 4 was the rematch. Not this rematch, but I can't complain if it's good enough. It's just, I still disagree that Kenobi should have never left Tatooine. Now, after this, Kenobi escapes. He senses that Luke's in danger, goes to Tatooine. And yes, Reva comes with the body. I obviously knew he wasn't dead. But Luke moves like, oh, look, he isn't dead. And then they have Obi-Wan and Reva have a talk. Do I care about it? Not really. Like, it's like, okay, you redeemed yourself. Pathetic. Okay. What would have been funny is just if they were alluding that, oh, she's about to do it, and then just get stabbed in the chest by Kenobi.
I don't know why part of me saw that too, honestly. Like, I don't know if she was going to kill herself or one of them was going to
I was just hoping for that. Just the third time was going to end her this time. But whatever. I guess they want her alive for whatever reason. So there's that. I kind of just don't want to talk about Reva. I kind of am just done with that character. Like, the actress, I will say, the actress did well. I just hate the character.
Yeah, there's a difference. And please, we don't need to start that media all over again.
No. Anyway, not the point. So, skipping that, because that's... unless you want to talk about it.
No, I think we're good on that, honestly.
Okay. So Kenobi goes to Alderaan.
Yes.
And I completely just disagree with this action, because you do realize Vader's just on the hunt for you. So I just say a hologram would have been more unique. But whatever. I mean, I guess Vader's probes suck at their job. What did got my attention though was the hilt that he gave her, like at the beginning of the episode. I don't remember her wearing a hilt in the original trilogy.
No, because that's Tala's though. That's the thing. Tala, that was from Tala that Obi-Wan gave to her. And yes, it may not have. I don't know. Maybe in Rebels, I could be wrong. I think maybe I am wrong on that actually, but. No, feel like maybe not. Maybe this is just more of her teenage self, and then eventually it grows out. But I do not know characters in Leia design on throughout her timeline if she had a Holt or not. I want to say not.
I'm actually gonna do a quick little research.
I mean, I feel bad for saying it now, but like I know like later on I'll get to me, but
I think she does have it. She does have it as apparently in specific outfits, just not in every outfit. Apparently, she has it in the indoor outfit.
Yeah, probably that's what it is then.
I mean, that's kind of, it depends who you are. It could be clever. It could just be just random BS that happens to work.
Yeah.
So I mean, I did forget to mention that it was funny how he's like, "Where's the gun?" It's like, I'm not giving a gun to a 10-year-old. It's like common logic. But back to where we were. They talk. They have a faithful goodbye. I still think Organa's kind of stupid that all this situation.
Hey, but we all know what's gonna happen to that planet.
Anyway, back to topic. After that, I think Vader has a talk with Palpatine, and it was interesting because Palpatine kind of is like, if you can't even get over the past, you're not gonna get anywhere.
You're weak. Yeah, basically. And then, like, he literally just straight up told him, he literally just said Obi-Wan means nothing. I'm all like, okay, you got rid of him so quickly, apparently.
No, I think what that was supposed to mean is that Vader has to kind of acknowledge that his obsession with Obi-Wan it hasn't helped, because look what happened, he lost. So I think that's more of an acknowledgement that I'm Vader, not Anakin. It's not like easy throwaway. It's more or less certifying.
I don't know. It's just like when I heard it, I was just like, okay, you just threw away like that. But like, I still don't know the meaning of it. But I was just like,
it's more certification that okay, I'm throwing away that side of me. Because look at A New Hope and compare this Vader there to Vader in Kenobi. In Kenobi, he's a lot more aggressive and stuff. In A New Hope, he's calm and collected.
Yeah.
So this is the starting point of his like calmness, like the actual true threat that is Vader.
Yeah.
But after that, they go back. Obi-Wan gets to meet Luke and stuff. Now, then there's the biggest thing that. Do you want to say it? It's at the very end.
Are we talking about?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had two to mind. I'm sorry. When Owen said you want to meet him, that's what completely destroyed me. Because I was like, this shouldn't have happened in any way whatsoever. Because they were always supposed to meet in New Hope.
I don't know. No. Well, Luke is aware of Ben, though. Like, he is aware.
He's aware, but, like, they weren't supposed to interact with each other yet. That's what got me, though, to that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Look, viewer, all we will say is our opinions here. When we do the review, we'll have, like, more knowledge. Because we still have to watch A New Hope to get, like, a few things if they effed it up or not. But, yeah, it's a bit weird. But I will say that Luke is aware of Ben. I just don't know if he knows him. I have to go back and check. But
maybe, well, we need to do another review just for that.
Well,
but,
a full review of Kenobi, but not a... But we will point out on that. It's just, that's that. Now, the ending... Now, the ending, I do have an issue.
Ending? Oh my God.
I have an issue. But, okay, I'll let you go for this one.
Yes! Oh my goodness! As Obi-Wan climbs on his camel and then just starts riding back, we finally get to see freaking Qui-Gon for so long. I mean, I could not contain my happiness, honestly, on this.
Look, Qui-Gon is an interesting character, but he never completed his training. Why is he a Force ghost? That is so stupid. Look, the only thing I can justify this... The only thing I can justify this is the fact that they did Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon have interacted in Clone Wars. That was through a special place in the Force. Tatooine, I'm not 100% aware if it has like areas where the Force is just ridiculously strong. And yes, he does need the training so he can become a Force ghost. I cannot deny that. I just think seeing Qui-Gon as a Force ghost brings in a lot of questions.
You're talking about the greatest Jedi master to not be a Force ghost? What else would you want him to be as?
A voice. Because if you remember, he has told Yoda that he can't physically create a Force ghost because he hasn't completed his training.
Well, I mean, if anything, I mean, just from Obi-Wan finally recovering himself after losing the Force, now having it.
Oh no! Look! Don't get me wrong. I love seeing Qui-Gon again. Like, it's a real treat. It's just when you put it into what we know, there's a clear problem. As I said, continuity. These people do some right, and then some just unnecessary plot holes.
I just think it's nice to see him as a Force ghost. That's me.
I mean, yeah, it's nice to see him as a Force ghost. I'm not against that. I'm against that.
Oh, come on. We're now having Liam Neeson back in the Star Wars universe, for fucking sakes.
I'm not against that. I'm against the fact that it breaks canon. Whatever. They might explain in some stupid book.
Everything is now being broken now.
There better not be a season 2. This is a limited series. This is good enough. What are they going to do season 2? Maul? He's dead in Rebels. They can't have Vader fight Obi-Wan again. That would be stupid. The sequel to Kenobi is literally A New Hope. Or Rogue One. Or Rebels. Take your pick. But that's it. I think from here on out, there should not be a season 2. I honestly do not want a season 2.
I wouldn't want one, though, either. As much as others would say it, I wouldn't actually want that either.
If you make a season 2, pure Tatooine, no leaving the place, that's it. No, nothing else. Flashbacks, fine. No Reva, no Leia, maybe Luke, maybe not, but none of the shenanigans that was this season.
I do feel like this is honestly a complete timeline of Obi-Wan, and I'm just actually happy with this, so honestly, if anything.
Okay, the episode itself, the season will get its own review with its own rating. But this one, 8.5 out of 10.
This is a 9 out of 10 for me.
8.5 for two reasons. Aside from a few inconsistencies, including Qui-Gon, they're not big hits against this episode. The big hit was just Reva. That whole situation was ridiculous. She should have died.
I can just completely ignore that, though, for me, and honestly, I don't know.
Without that, I would probably give it a 9.5. Without that entire nonsense. With it, though, 8.5.
Okay. I'm still sticking with a 9 for me. I mean, besides the whole Reva thing and all that, I think everything else was good. As an episode, it was just...
Now here's the question, which one was the most intense fight? Obi-Wan versus Vader or Obi-Wan versus Anakin?
I don't know. That's a really good question, though, to be honest, though, because I really do like the iconic Anakin versus Obi-Wan, though, but I now really love this Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan fight now even more. I don't know.
Honestly, we might do a talk about that at another eventually at a Star Wars podcast if I can get one to happen again. But for now, I think that as an episode, it's fine. Like it is legit fine. It doesn't go crazy like Luke saw the lightsabers and Force and stuff. That would have broken continuity.
Yeah,
that would have actually broken continuity. Qui-Gon being there, questionable and annoying, but I love seeing Neil back as Qui-Gon, so it is almost a love-hate kind of thing. But the fight with Vader, amazing. Reva, stupid. I still think Obi-Wan should have been there and just stabbed her in the back.
It felt like that though, or something.
Alright, y'all. This is Green Warrior 291 with Geek358_2 signing out. Thank you for listening. Peace out.